What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Phoenix Reborn 2 semi-finals action. Spawning at the bottom of the map, in the purple color playing as Thor. His name is Matrius. His team today, in the yellow color, playing as Ra. His name is Mechanics. And finally, rounding out the team, in the green color, playing as Zeus. His name is I Kill, You Die. Their opponents today in the teal color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Nullus. In the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Grass. And rounding out the team in the blue color, playing as Thor. His name is Count Von Count. UCA versus JSS semifinals number 1. It's all happening today. Whoa. What a time to be alive. These two teams have been playing out of their minds throughout this tournament. I'm pretty sure there's been very few games actually dropped in this tournament from either of these teams. This is going to be one of the first real, well, maybe not the first real challenge. In the group stage, everyone had like a big tester game that they had to play, but this is going to be one of the first real big challenges. It's best of 5. First game here, picked by Team UCA on the map Anatolia. They banned out Hades. JSS banned out the Loki as their pick, and we're getting a very interesting composition here. Let's go through this one. We've got Ra here from Mechanics. We've got Thor from Matris, and we've got Zeus over here. On the other side of the map, it looks like JSS have decided to skip the Egyptian here, and with instead favoring another Greek player. So both teams picking that Zeus, so obviously favoring that one, and the Thor to boot. But the question is going to be, who's going to go land here? Who's going to go water? And what sort of a strategy are these guys going to go for? Talk about like some other potential strategies that you could potentially see here on Anatolia if you're wanting to try some stuff out for yourself. Team game tactics are some of the most fun things to like kind of theorize, because you have to like think on another dimension, because there's two other gods to like interchange with. Things like adding in a Chronos in with this sort of a composition where the Thor player can actually tribute over some early resources to the Chronos to get super fast advance times can be a really good way to like auto win the water, and things like that are definitely possible. But on Anatolia, you don't really, in a semi-final, you don't really want to risk getting your Chronos in the pocket and Atlantean to boot. So generally we see teams trying to steer away from that Atlantean in favor of the more solid picks of like Greek and everything else. But the big question is really, how much difference is a Ra going to make and a Poseidon going to make in this game now? Nullus here is an excellent late game Greek player, so he's going to be able to go toe to toe with that Ra, even though they're not like directly opposite each other. But the big thing is that the Ra is going to have Tornado and the Poseidon is going to have an Earthquake, both to nuke those enemy Norse players' bases most likely here. So we'll see how things are going to go as the teams are starting to advance to the second age here. We've got Count Von Count up here going through Freya. Down in the bottom here, we've got the Athena coming through for I Kill, You Die. We've got the Freya coming through for Matrius as well. Both of these players going very quick here. Mechanics on the other side here. He's going to be taking a later advance time. It might be worthwhile here for Matrius to build a couple of boats just to quell the storm, so to speak, against an early advance here from Grass, as Grass is now hitting that Athena. But it does look like the Athena and the Dar are probably going to come in fairly close to each other here, as those pockets are a little bit late. The big surprise is actually how late Nullus is advancing in this game. Now, he is in the 1v1 on this water, so advancing late isn't so bad. You've got your docks, you've got a big path for these guys to go. It looks like I Kill, You Die is actually going for a 9 fishing ship strategy here, not really wanting to hold this water in the slightest, whereas Nullus has got all the fishing ships. He's going to be in a really good spot here. He's going to be in a really good spot. The other thing here to remember is that with Mechanics going through Tar, he can Shifting Sands this Thor army of Matrius. He can Shifting Sands this onto something. Like, you know how Egyptian can do like or Set can do a fast classical age into a Shifting Sands onto some villages? Not necessarily a fast classical age, but a Shifting Sands onto a player's villages here with a whole bunch of Norse units is really strong. There might need to be a ceasefire used to counter that if that's going to be something that Team UCA wants to do. As we do see Count getting out an immediate longboat, just the one, I would assume. It looks like he's actually going for a town center here. This is a very, very interesting opening from JSS. Very different to Matrius, who's going straight in on those raiding cavalry. So a little bit of offense for economy here. In that little bit of a difference to start off in the strategies, as we're now starting to see Kill Udite moving forward to Nullus, and as you can see, Nullus is already ready to defend. So long as he doesn't go on the offensive here and just booms out those triremes, he should be completely fine here against the earlier advance that Kill Udite has done. In fact, Kill Udite probably should cut boats here and get some fishing ships out. He is really far behind Nullus at this moment as Grass is pushing forward. Still a couple of more longboats out for Count Von Count here. We'll see what Matrius is going to do as a response here, but Mechanics is just going to be retreating back for the time being as the Valkyrie is about to hit Grass and Groom's main base. He does have the bolt. I assume he's going to use it on this Valkyrie, but then there's going to be raiding cavalry coming through as the Forest Fire comes down. Would have loved to have seen a Shifting Sands Forest Fire strategy here from UCA, but not happening as the bolt comes down. One villager does get picked off, so Mattress gets some value from that one. As Count on Count and Grass need to retreat back, we do see some longhouses now coming up for Count. His villagers are going to be coming out in a big, big way. So we've got the 2 town centers in for Count Von Count at the moment. The raiding cavalries are going to be coming in, getting some villager kills here though. So it's going to even out a little bit, but it's going to be the Thor player getting all those extra resources. We do see Grass here having to fight back on this position with his villagers while also having a micro with these triremes. It's very, very challenging to make this happen. In fact, the villagers are coming over here very much out of position, and these are medium raiders here for now as the Valkyrie coming through for Count, going to attempt to help out Ik. Grass taking a big amount of damage here onto this position as the Jason is now out. We do see a restoration down on this position as Count and Grass trying to push through here as hard as they possibly can. Villagers still getting sniped down as we do see some Ulfsarks now coming through for Count on Count in an attempt to hold here. Grass going to be moving over onto the straggler trees. The town center is getting some good damage done onto those raiding cavalry, but villagers are getting picked off in a big way here as Matrius's raids are starting to ramp up at the moment. Now, Count can send some wood over to Grass and Groom at the moment. Grass can grab a whole bunch of gold and you can start going into some trading situations here if you get cut off that. As you do see the restoration getting dropped down by Kill Udite as Nullus needs to retreat back underneath his docks. He's more than capable of sitting back here under these docks. He's still got that advantage. As we see a 3rd down center coming up for Count on Count. He doesn't care that these villagers are dying. So long as he gets a big boom going, Count's going to be able to carry this game through as the villagers continuing to shank down here in an attempt to hold against these raiding cavalry raids as Matrius is continuing to apply the pressure. Meanwhile, Grass, he is able to defend on the water for the time being, even with all of these losses. You have to ask the question, is Count on Count feeding Grass at the moment? Because Grass here, I mean, he's got some wood villagers at the back. He's got his gold villagers over here. The raiding cavalry now coming through onto this position as more Ulfsarks. The Ulfsarks are actually stopped for the time being, but the raiding cavalry are going to start hitting Count Von Count's main base here. He's got to be careful. Got to pull those villagers back nice and early. He hasn't moved just yet as the raiding cavalry do come in. They might find a kill on this dwarf over there, and in fact, they do get that kill there as the raid's going to be continuing along as the dwarves retreat back. The villagers going to be pulling away. The Ulfsarks still in hot pursuit. It does look like Grass still holding for the time being as Mechanics is trying to push forward. Grass has got himself enough boats here to hold, which should be all that is necessary here for him. He doesn't need to win the water. He just needs to hold it with Count Von Count on the town center advantage. You see a 2nd town center now up for Matrius. So that's going to start giving that extra villager getting killed all over in this game is going to start really mattering with Matrius having that one as a Minotaurian defense here for Grass. Not in the right spot here. Probably should just be sitting on the gold mine as the raiding cavalry manages to sneak through here. We'll be able to snipe a villager. Grass does pull that one with nice movement there, but he's still going to be losing that villager before he gets to safety. Nice find there for Matrius as the villagers now moving up onto this position over here. A little bit of lackluster building placement from Grass. There's more raiding cavalry coming through here for Matrius, and Nullus has to click the ceasefire as UCA have got enough to a really, really good start here with Matrius's pressure. But Nullus is still safe. Grass is still holding the water. Count is on 3 town centers. The question is right now, during this ceasefire, let's have a quick look. What is the civilian unit count looking like from these teams? It's basically equal here, ladies and gentlemen. So all of the villager kills at the moment and the pressure that is being applied by Mattrius, the advantage isn't necessarily in those villager kills, though they do matter. It's in the fact that he's caused a significant amount of idle time onto Grass and Grim. But mechanics here, second town center, heroic gauges coming through, Scardy coming through for Count Von Count. That's going to buy more time. Mattrius is also advancing, but Count's going to have that heroic gauge to frost these raiding cavalry, get out a big army, and potentially rush the Ragnarok out in some way, shape, or form as the villagers pulling off of this position. Those Herso can jump into that town center. The town center getting targeted down shouldn't matter too much here for Count Von Count. He's going to have that frost. No problems here to hold on as the walls are all up. Grass and Groom still getting pushed in on this position. Both these players, no armory upgrades. We do see a cheeky longboat is through for Count, but shouldn't matter too much as the micro is going to be coming in. There's the frost onto this position as more Ulfsark are starting to come through here for Count Von Count. Count's not playing the speed game. He is playing the counter unit game at the moment. He's trying to get those Ulfsark out to make this happen. As I Kill You Die now has a second town center. He is still pushing Nullus back into the corner over here, into his base. We see a second town center up for Nullus. He's in that third age. No fast mythics here from the Greek players, which is a little bit surprising considering how good an early Earthquake onto a Norse player can be here. But the big problem here for Count right now is Frost is coming, and I'm not sure that Count Von Count is going to be able to defend against this. Now, he can try and dodge it by diving into the town center when Frost gets clicked. Can be a very, very nice way to play. But we'll see how things are going to go. It looks like Count is probably going to be losing this town center after all is said and done. It's the raiding cavalry. Just target that one down. They can frost the units afterwards and continue pushing here as Count is in a little bit of a challenging position right now. He does have the Ulfsark advantage, but there's so many units out here as the curse gets dropped down there by what looks to be Nullus onto this spot to help out as the Ulfsark trying to hold on this position, and they do manage to start cleaning up those raiding cavalry, and the heavy raiders comes in a little bit too late there for Mattrius as the Ulfsarks can now grab the town center and go to work in keeping that villager advantage going on here as the Trireme trying to push forward there. The cabinet's going to be pulling away for the time being as more units coming forward. We will be seeing the Frost Giant trying to come and swing in here, but with Frost being available, will that be a very challenging thing here for Count Von Count to deal with, because frosting and preventing the town center from going up, taking it for himself, is an option now that Count Von Count is at full population. We are seeing Grass coming over here, going to transition a little bit onto the land for the time being, but it does look like Grass here, he may be losing this water after all is said and done. He's on 2 town centers, but it looks like even under this dock fire, it might be a challenge to hold here. Still no armory upgrades on this position. Meanwhile, Nullus, he's pushed I Kill You Die back at the moment. We are seeing some pressure onto the middle of the map, but Nullus is going to be getting this town center up. Most likely, he's got the heavy Hippocon, he's got the Hippolyta out to deal with that Manticore, so he shouldn't be in any real problems over here. The big one is good micro from Grass here. Is that Grass has to kind of fight here down economy, as we do see the dwarves up onto this position, going to be grabbing this gold mine. The big moment right now is, can JSS, with the slight villager lead, maybe at the moment, maybe not at the moment, who knows exactly, I mean, maybe UCA is going to be catching up, but can JSS control the middle of the map and not get gold starved at the moment, with Mattrius exerting so much power in this game at the moment? As Mechanics does manage to pick off all of these triremes, and it will seem like Grass and Count are going to be losing this water. Now, how much does this matter, really? That's the big question, because you can move some on Ulfsark over to this position, start putting some docks down, get those fishing ships up, is a really, really good way to play. We see Balder coming through for both Count Von Count and Mattrius at the moment. Villager count, check. About 74 Count Von Count. Mattrius here, he is sitting at only 55 at the moment. So it's advantage Count right now, but how much is that going to matter after the Ragnarok's hit as a 4th town center coming for Mattrius? We are still seeing Nullus pushing forward here. I would love to see some sort of an attempt here by Count Von Count to get a dock up on that other side. Do we see a market started with trade as well? I think we do see the trade route started. Units still pushing forward. There is still a frost here, which is another big problem for Count to overcome with no ceasefire remaining. It's going to be a challenge. As the raiding cavalry... Wait, do they have another ceasefire? No. As the raiding cavalry still pushing forward here, still trying to get some villager kills. There is also a forest fire available for Count Von Count that he's holding onto as it's mass throwing Axeman for Mattrius. He is really transitioning super well here into the into the kind of Ragnarok fights. We do see a rain coming through from mechanics. That is for farms, but it's also to block that Balder, that Ragnarok from being clicked immediately here. As the All start coming over to defend on this position. Town Center gets denied. JSS, while they're leading in score here, the big problem for them is I Kill You Die is losing hard in the 1v1. But Matrius and Mechanics, if you had to put them at a position right now, it feels like they're winning on the other side. So 2 people winning is better than 1 person losing, so long as that 1 person doesn't get absolutely annihilated here. So Mechanics might need to come over and get a little bit of support for I Kill You Die on this position right now. As all of the docks getting taken down, all the fishing ships getting taken down, Dwarves get spotted on this position, and Count knows he needs to retreat away. He does have some Ulfsark over here, but Matrice has gone up to 5 town centers right now. He is going to be a big boy in this game as the Ragnarok gets clicked there for count on count. Upgrade check here. Nearly full bronze there, but full bronze completely in for Matrius. Iron Shields of Thor actually going to be coming through for count on count. Not the biggest of assistances here. He might want to rush over to the left side of the map and just try and clean up I Kill You Die rather than trying to push through the Matrius pain train. As we do see the Matrius one coming in. Population check. 275 for count to 341 for Matrius. So some help is going to be needing here for count on count. As the town center getting targeted down, Grass is still in a very challenging position. He's getting those military academies out, but he will be able, as he's going through Apollo, he will be able to have the Hapaspis here. As we do see a cheeky little forest fire coming in to push those throwing axemen back here. Picking those off nice and early is going to be a super big help for the Ragnarok heroes. As the Rag heroes pushing forward over here, it looks like Count's going to have to retreat back. He does have the armory disadvantage in terms of like 1 damage per second or something like that. So it actually ends up being a really big deal. As the town center does get taken out on this position, Count's able to cause a little bit of problems where that's concerned. As Nullus is still trying to push forward. He's got to be careful not to overcommit here, but he does have to win quickly. So we'll see how he's going to go if he can manage to make that happen. He is in the Mythic Age. He does have Forge of Olympus coming through. Fortified Town Centers. Horus is coming through though for Mechanics. Mechanics is going to be a really big problem here. As a home town center of Count Von Count getting targeted down. This isn't the biggest of deals to lose, but Matrice is going to be fighting underneath Tower Fire, Town Center Fire, and everything else. He's losing a lot of Rag heroes at the moment as there's a lot going on here. Rag heroes also targeting down Grass's main base here as we see the Frost getting utilized here to try and finish this one off. So many more units are coming through. There are a handful of Grass units, but it does look like the Town Center will fall after all is said and done. Locust getting dropped down onto Nullus's villages. He doesn't lose all too many, so he's going to be completely fine on that spot. Still more pressure over here, but it looks like I Kill You Die is held for the time being there. As the town center still getting targeted down. It's going down really slowly here. Count does have masons. He does have fortified town centers. There's not too many units on it for the moment, but donkey caravans of Nullus getting targeted down here. I think Count's going to be able to pop out of this Frost and be able to survive here, in my opinion. We do also see the town center getting denied there by Count, as it looks like Matrius, he's going to have to retreat back here. Count's okay. He's alive. He's held the town center. Matrius is going to be losing everything. We're still seeing a lot of those Nullus caravans getting taken out, which is a big problem, as a whole bunch of those heroes of Ragnarok trying to pressure Nullus up on this position, not getting a whole bunch of value here, as it looks to me like JSS, they've held here. The game is still in the balance. The overall score is super close, as this town center going to get denied. Not going to come back up for count on count at the moment. But Matrius, after this Ragnarok is expired, he's got 4 town centers plus a market plus fish. He is going to be booming really hard. Compared to count on count, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got some trade, but that's about it. He's got no ability to reboom after this. This town center has been taken out. Beautiful usage of the Polyphemus here. We're also seeing heavy Thyroid coming through here for Nullus. For Nullus here. They're actually really good in team games, because you can just run around the map and start deleting town centers, and it's very tough to defend. As we do see a big tornado getting utilized on here to block that underworld, but all the units rushing through on this position here. They will be able to target down the main base of Matrice. Matrice is out of position for the time being here. His unit's going to have to retreat back. We will be seeing the town center getting targeted down. Count's going to be able to grab this immediately here. He's got so many units, and he's going to be able to take down these villages that are pumping out of this town center, plus the trade route going to be able to get taken down here. We'll see how much it can actually get picked off as the hill fort is up. Again, I'm going to say this, I'd love to see a dock getting thrown up by Count on the top of the map here to get some more fishing ships in. Or Nullus take that population and start slinging that over to Count Von Count as an option. As we see the hoplites pushing in, they will take this position out. We see some cavalry coming through. That's one town center down, and the town center coming back up for Count Von Count. How long can he hold it, though, is the big question. Or do you just come over and push through this forward base and just flip the position there and make that okay? Now, there is also going to be an underworld passage, I believe, still available here for I Kill You Die. So that's going to be a big late game possibility here for UCA to utilize. As the town center ends up going down, this position will get pushed back as Count's going to be leaving here. Meanwhile, we are seeing the attack on the front. Heroes of Ragnarok going to come through to attempt to finish that one off here. Another option for Count is to just get a dock down now and get some fishing ships up. As we see the Plenty Vault is in over here. I Kill You Die. He's able to clean up a lot of Nullus's buildings for the time being. But to me, it looks like this underworld passage, it's been completely cleaned up. The side build is still going for Count, but it's still going to get cleaned up. This is all buying time to try and get JSS back in onto this part of the map here, which I believe it's going to be able to be done, but can Count Von Count continue to match up here against Matrius? Grass is really far behind. He's got the market up on this position. The donkey caravans are coming through, but he's really far behind. And the question is, can he kind of be relevant here in this game without having economy is the big challenge that he's going to be having to overcome here. As the town center gets down, Matrius is going to rebuild this one. It looks like this side build hasn't been spotted just yet. Really nice position here. Mechanics has got a tower. We might see the temple. We might see some other stuff as we see some fire giants coming through. Town center going to be coming back up onto this position as the raiding party of Count Von Count moving forward, looking for the villagers on this position. He will be taking out that hill fort there in an attempt to take everything else out over here. There's also a gold mine on the front that could be a possibility to try and control here. A stray fire giant, you can't really be having that because those Heroes of Ragnarok are still on the map as we're starting to see some walls, cheeky walls coming through here. Very challenging to defend that sort of play here as the stone gates getting taken down over on this position. Meanwhile, Matrius is starting his own side builds. This is going to be a really good way to play. No walls up here by JSS. They've got the walls on the back to protect the trade route, so it's not that big of a deal, but any sort of map presence is going to be something that JSS is going to have to deal with as UCA seemingly pulling ahead here in this game ever so slightly. The town centers are equal though, so who knows what's going to happen as the army's starting to converge on this position from both Nullus and Count Von Count. As Nullus trying to help out. He's not microing the Toxotes. There he goes. As we'll see if the Heroes of Ragnarok going to be able to clean up the fire giants and everything else as the side build over here still taking down some of this trade route. This is getting a lot of value here in terms of resources stopped, which is very vital right now for Matrius to pump out all these fire giants. But again, he's still got those fishing ships. So even though that gets stopped, the advantage is well and truly in the hands of UCA now at the moment. As the army starting to push forward, going to be attempting to take out the town center. Count Von Count at the moment here, he is behind on population in a big way. Matrius is at full population still, but we'll see if things can be defended here. Meanwhile, on this position as well, the other problem is that Grass here, he is super far behind and he has to deal with a fully teched up Ra late game here. Yes, it's only Horus, not Osiris, so you don't have to deal with like the double Pharaoh empowerment, things like that. But still, late game Ra is late game Ra, and this is Zeus that's just not quite able to compete here against that without being late game himself. So we'll see how long he can hold for. Nullus at the moment here, he's still very big, trying to push through this Zeus I Kill You Die, but I Kill You Die is playing this great. It doesn't matter if you're behind in the Greek War because you've got Heliopoli. Toxotes is kind of the only way to go, or Mass Hippocon. And with Nullus wanting to just go for Mass for this kind of Toxotes Heliopoli play, you can hold here behind technologies really easily. And like Nullus, yes, he's full iron, but it doesn't matter because the Heliopoli, they don't take armor upgrades. The Colossus, they don't take armor upgrades. And this is a great way for I Kill You Die to kind of prolong this this game here as the town center goes down. Matrius is going to grab this one for himself as the Fire Giant's coming up. Count Von Count still trying to find the value on this position. He's causing a lot of chaos with these Fire Giants. The Temple's still here producing Fire Giants as well. And the Priests have to retreat away. Now we're seeing some of those Heroes of Ragnarok coming through to defend, but there are a handful of Throw and Axemen coming out here to also help. But Mattress is going to be 4 town centers very shortly. He's going to be able to help support pushing through on this position. The rock coming through as well with those siege towers is going to be a big deal. And then sooner or later, I Kill You Die is going to be able to give an underworld over to Mattrius or to Mechanics here in this game and hit some sort of a side build onto, or a side attack onto this back town center here, to this back town center here, disrupting the trade route and causing real big problems for JSS. As the town center coming down, at the moment we see Titans coming through for Nullus. He's the first one to click it. Iron Weapons, Iron Mail coming through for I Kill You Die. He's behind on score, but he's going to be equal on tech here very shortly. So once you're equal on tech, score doesn't matter in the slightest. So that's the aim really when you're behind, is to try and get to that position. As these hoplites trying to push through onto those fire giants, they're getting a lot of damage done. Town center ends up falling on this position. Count on counts, forward side build here is getting taken out. We are still seeing walls coming up all over the map here from Count. He's trying to be as annoying as possible for this trade route, and he is causing the problems here. As Secrets of the Titans now coming through here for Mechanics as well. Titan Gate getting dropped by Nullus at the moment. Town Center is down on this position. Who's going to take that? I think you give it over to Mechanics at the moment. Mattrius here probably a little bit hurting for economy. So give it to Mechanics. Let that happen. Obviously, Mechanics could feed Mattrius here and it shouldn't be that big of a problem, but definitely something to be considering. As a whole bunch more upgrades going to be coming through. But it looks like Count's been left alone on this position to kind of do whatever he needs. He's got walls up everywhere. We do see that this position has been slightly defended. Longhouse gets up, but it's going to go down very quickly there as well. Town Center does end up coming through here for Mechanics. He does have the Priest on the front here to get that empowerment through as well. As the Priest gets targeted down, an attempt to defend here from Grass is on the way, but he's just so far behind. I think, is he still in the heroic age? He is still in the heroic age. So, I mean, how can he get to he's getting to the mythic age now, but he's still got a ways to go to catch up. But I don't know if the game's going to be finishing all too soon. So he might be able to be relevant here. So as long as they can hold this position here, and maybe they need to find a town center somewhere. It's only 40 population difference when you compare that in the grand scheme of things, like 160 times 3, 40 population difference. At that much population doesn't actually end up mattering enough to end the game. So there is a chance here for JSS to find a comeback if they can play this late game well. We'll see if they can make it happen. The problem is that it's now going to be not 40 population, but 60 population behind with this town center being down. So we'll see if Grass can kind of find that comeback here or not in the center of the map, as it does look like to me. I Kill You Die, he's okay now. He's in a good position. He is caught up. Nullus doesn't have any significant advantage here anymore. And we see the Wonder has been clicked. JSS knows this is their best chance to win here. But there's going to be Underworld. There's going to be Rock Drops. There's going to be North side build shenanigans. There's going to be transport ship attacks onto this position through over to here. This Wonder is not in the best spots. Right, if you're going to build a Wonder in Anatolia, build it straight in the center here. We'll see if it's going to go up. The Wonder just placed. It looks like Nullus is waiting on this one for a potential Underworld or something to come down. He's just ensuring that he's got it there as a defensive measure or something, as we do see the Plenty Vault coming through for Grass. Town Center is back up for Grass. He's held here for the time being. We are seeing Count on Count putting the pressure back onto this position as the trade route of Mechanics has been diverted here really nicely. It's somehow going all the way through this front. Oh, he's sending it up to this Town Center actually. It's very risky. It is worthwhile because there's a lot more resources, but it's very risky here. As Count on Count's attack here, kind of getting defended by Mattrius in a way. As we see the Underworld has been attacked. I missed this completely. Underworld is in. Titan Gate is stopped. Nullus has got nothing on this spot. Where's his units? He's got a handful of Toxotes over here, but the Heliopoli are through, and the Titan Gate is down. The Titan Gate is down. It's not going to be able to survive here. He's got nothing on this spot. The more Heliopoli are coming back. Looks like the Underworld Passage was almost taken out by something here, but it's not quite working, as we do see Nullus coming through, going to be taking up the position. We see the Heliopoli coming through, but too late. Titan Gate down. Now UCA has got their own Wonder started, or starting soon. He's got the Titan Gate up. This Wonder is still sitting here idle. Town Center is now getting targeted down, and we'll see how things are going to go as the villagers coming through onto this position here as well. And now Nullus is going to be down to 2 town centers. Count one counts on 2 town centers. Grass is barely holding here. In fact, the towers are up. The catapult's sieging this position. And Mechanics has now got a Titan with a Wonder started here for Mechanics. This is the way to shut your opponent's attack. Give them no chance of winning here, is get that Wonder down and continue to apply the pressure here. We see Nullus trying to come over and throw up his own Wonder for the time being. But, I mean, Greek getting a Wonder up faster than Egyptian is just unheard of. Even if you've got the upgrade Divine Blood, which kind of... No, I don't think it does. It gives 20% building speed, whereas the Pharaoh gives 75% building speed. So it's a big advantage for the Egyptian player there. So there's no way for this Wonder to come up, even though Nullus is putting it down, and we're still seeing more towers coming up. Nullus still trying to come back here to defend. He will be able to clean up the fortresses and everything else. It would be a good idea here, and Archiludai is doing it to start just pushing through the main position here and take that town center out. As Grass is held though. Grass is held for the time being. He's playing really well from behind at the moment, but the Titan has cleaned up this, going for this bottom side build here first, cleaning this up. He's going to start moving forward and getting some value here as the Wonder difference. It's absolutely stark. Look at this, 3,000 for Nullus over here, and already 7,500 for Mechanics on this position as well. As we'll see how things are going to end up going. There's the town center coming up for Nullus as well. But now they have to kill off this Wonder. How can you kill off this Wonder in this position with that perfect Wonder placement from UCA? With the Ra in the pocket here. Perfect Wonder placement. No transport ship shenanigans going to be available here. No Titan. You have to kill off the Titan first. And you have to somehow push through and kill off this Wonder. Now, Dwarven Augur is coming through for Matrius as well. Count on count. Not count on count. It would have been nice to see count going for that. Is there a town center? That's a town center getting rebuilt there. But if you get Dwarven Augur or something for Thor, get some hill forts, maybe sneak them in onto this position, get a whole bunch of rams to rush through onto the Wonder. That's an option. As the Heliopolis still pushing through here. Going to be able to take down Nullus's town center again, as it looks like Archiludai gets to continue the pressure onto Nullus. Nullus has got a lot of villages here on this Wonder, not gathering resources. So life's a little bit challenging there. Grass going to be getting his own Titan Gate out here. It's going to be a little bit late, as the Titan is just simply going to say, who is the weakest player at the moment? Who can't deal with the Titan? Well, the Greeks can, because they can make Heliopolis, they can make heroes. What's Count on Count going to be able to do here? Not a lot. All the units have to come over here and start dealing with this, because Count's going to lose this entire base very quickly here in this one. But Nullus has managed to kill off Mechanics' town center here. They're going to ignore the Titan for the time being. We'll see if it's going to work out, because if they can continue to push through, potentially take out this Wonder, it could work out. A handful of Hatyroi are starting to bash the Wonder down ever so slowly. But Ballista Towers are up. Migdol Strongholds are up. Massatyroi do take down a Wonder. Massatyroi are a great option here for Nullus. But Nullus is now 2 town centers. He's still trying to hold this with a bare minimum of population. All these Heliopoli are so strong. The one thing that Archiludai is missing, he does have this relic, which is causing those rams to move a bit quicker. But the one thing he's missing is going to be rams, those Heliopoli. The one thing he's missing is engineers at the moment. Those Heliopoli were doing a lot more damage. The town center has fallen him. Titan is still continuing to push forward. Watchtower is now coming up on this position, and now JSS's trade route has been completely shut down by losing this town center. That's going to be a big problem. Yes, they can move it up onto this town center. Yes, they can move it over to here, but it's going to be shut down for a big moment there, as the town center attempting to come up by Grass on this spot, still ignoring that Wonder, that Titan for the time being. Potentially a Titan up on this position here for Grass, and a whole bunch of villagers over here as far away from this Titan as they possibly can, and then start path blocking is an option, as more Ox Caravans here falling. Fire Giants on this position getting so much damage done. Any attempt at an attack here, not just yet. Nullus is pushing forward at the moment. Their option at the moment is win by one Wonder or nothing. That's their only option here. So if they can kill that Wonder off, it's 8 minutes away. Titan is still going to be relatively close. It's down to 5,000 HP, so Count's done a good amount of damage onto it thus far, but he's still losing those Ox Caravans, as Bellerophon now coming over here trying to deal with those Fire Giants. Nice awareness from Grass, but Grass not able to get this forward town center just yet. Nulla's trying to get this position back, still making a whole bunch of those cavalry units, still making those Satiroi out. As we see a cheeky little hill fort coming through here for Count von Count, a little bit of a side raid, going to be able to come up there in the future. As a Titan making its way over into the main base here, the Bellerophon has managed to take down all of those fire giants. As the heroes on the chase here, Grass getting up some ghost building here. He's going to have to focus on this to be able to slow this Titan down. Not able to do so as he's too busy with other things on the map. Townsend coming back up for mechanics as Ikuliudai is in that defensive position, but that has allowed Nullas back into this game, so to speak. Has his third town center up, pushing over here, still making some pressure onto Ikuliudai. They've got 6 minutes and 17 seconds left on the Wonder, as the fortress over here for Grass going to be going down. He's lost this town center as well, with Ikuliudai making that movement through there. Town center going to be falling as the Titan is down to 3,500 HP. If you get the Titan up, it takes around about a minute to 2 minutes to get the Titan actually complete. Titan Gate with like 30 plus villages on it. So you can get it up and you can potentially move forward to kill off this Wonder. There are walls coming down here as well. This is exactly what needs to be done here. I still rate getting buildings like Migdol Strongholds touching the Wonder to kind of prevent Hataroi or siege units, rams, from attacking it straight away. Attached to the Wonder. I rate that as a defensive maneuver rather than just walls kind of like this, but we'll see if it's going to work here for UCA, as we do have the Rams through. Going to start putting some pressure here onto Ikuliudai as the Thyroid, the Heliopoli, going to be taking that one out. We do see the Titan going to be retreating away for the time being, attempting to get a little bit of support through here as Rams coming through for Matris. He's having fun in this game. That's a lot of Rams, a lot of Ulfsark pushing through to take out Count von Count's main base. There are a whole bunch of, well, there's one Fire Giant here trying to trade on this position, but it looks like the Fire Giants of Matris are too strong there. He's got too many numbers. As the town center does end up falling, the Wonder down to 5 minutes here for Mechanics and UCA, but looks like the town center here is held. Ikuliudai is still alive. Count von Count going to be getting taken out yet again, shutting down the trade route yet again here as the Titan Gate gets thrown down by Grass here, with the Titan retreating up onto this position. 2,600 HP remaining. Mechanics can just send his Titan forward right now to try and take that out. We'll see if it's going to be a possibility. The other option here is that Matris, he's got this position with the Ulfsark. He can just rush in and try and kill this off himself with those Ulfsark. There's nothing stopping him where that's concerned. As the Myrmidon are out, they don't have a special relic or anything. They don't even have Beast Slayer here. They will be causing some problems here. Grass needs to continue to path block this Titan here with those Myrmidon. We'll see if he's going to be able to do so. Titan Gate now up to 21% in a very, very difficult spot here to get that one through, as the unit's still trying to path block. The best way to path block the Titan is to simply box command, run in front, box command, run in front, box command. We will be seeing the Titan rushing forward onto this Wonder here, realizing if he can kill that one off, that's going to be really, really big there. But is 2,000 HP going to be enough to kill off a Wonder? We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, this Wonder is still alive. We do see Hataroi getting produced for the time being, rushing across the map. You need something like 30 Hataroi to make it work, as the Titan going to start coming through, and he will be taking this Wonder out. This is a Poseidon Wonder. It's got itself Architects. There's only a handful of heroes on this one, as the village is going to come over and start repairing this one up. The Titan going to be coming through here for Grass, as well as all these Fire Giants through for Matris, taking this position out. Matris is now 5 towns, and is just yet again, he's in such a big position. 8,000 HP remaining on this one, as more heroes coming through for UCA to try and hold this one. It's going to be relatively close. 1,000 HP remaining on the Titan. It looks to me like the Wanderer is going to be surviving here with a little bit of HP remaining. Now there's also going to be a Titan out for Grass, but can Grass get that Titan across the map in 2 minutes and 45 seconds and kill a Wonder? That's the big question. There's so many buildings here, and we are still seeing some pressure onto this position as the Rams coming through here for Count von Count. He's got 10 Rams to try and take this Wonder out at the moment. We've got the Hataroi pushing through as well. Not all the Rams get onto this one. As the Wonder coming through, we do see some shifting sands through from Matrius in an attempt to hold this position. The Wonder is down to 7,000 HP. Heliopoli rushing through here from UCA at the moment in an attempt to get to this position. The Wonder down to 4,500 HP, but the path blocking is in. in. The Rams have been denied for the time being. We still see more Rams coming through for Count Von Count. You've got to feed Count Von Count here. Wooden gold to get in onto this position. The Village is going to be able to take down those units here. The Titans sitting, waiting, watching. It needs to get across the map at the moment. We're still seeing more Hatyroi running across the map here. There's 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining as more portable Rams hitting the Wonder. It's down to 3,500 HP now, but those Rams getting taken down very, very quickly. Some walls need to come up quick smart here for Mechanics at the moment, and JSS in that moment decide to tap out as the Wonder was deleted or taken down on this position. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but great game here from UCA. They managed to find the dub. I don't know. I don't even know what this game was. Absolute chaos. Mechanics did a great job in the pocket of just controlling here and getting everything done in a good timing. But the big question here is, was this game all decided from the fact that Count went for 2 Town Center in the early game and Matrius went for Raiding Cavalry? Getting that early pressure on really, really helped out. I think it allowed Mechanics to hold that water in a situation where I reckon Grass would beat Mechanics on the water with Greek versus Ra there 9 times out of 10. But given those raids onto Grass and Count Von Count maybe not helping out as much as he should have resource-wise. I'm not exactly sure what happened in terms of tributing here. Obviously, in the late game, we're going to be seeing a lot of economy tributed across here. You can see that. But in that early game with Count Von Count having 2 town centers, it might have been worthwhile just saying, look, Grass, jump onto like gold, jump onto food, jump onto something else, and I'll tribute you wood. And you go for both like some military academies, get some units out, and get those boats out rather than having the villagers getting picked off, just have them idle. Could have been a way to go, but didn't end up working out. UCA gets the dub for the first game. It's a best of 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.